Just got in here, now it's 7 a.m. We're prepping the spare ribs. What we're looking to do is to give the ribs a nice shape and for them to look good, because we know that if there's anything wrong, our friends in Texas are gonna let us know. LA barbecue scene is really at its infancy. The type of barbecue culture that they have in Texas, they don't have it here. You know, there's no reason why California cannot become its own barbecue region. I'm gonna season them. You go around Texas, you go around different places, you see how a lot of people really are doing things the same. We change it up, you know, we'll find some kind of a spice, we'll introduce it, we'll try something here that we like. You know, we're not married to one thing. Get these in, they have to go in first, then get the chicken in, and then have the brisket for the rest of the day. We have to go in shifts. We only have one small smoker. That's all we can work with here. You know, we want to get the big smokers, but our municipality here does not allow it. So it's either this or no barbecue. We got to get a few more in. It's about 7:30 in the morning and we have to just keep going, so we're ready for 11 o'clock service. Ribs been on for about 2.5 hours now. So you can already see that they're starting to bend. That bend means that the rack is relaxed. These are pretty much done. We're just gonna sauce a little bit. And then this is our house barbecue sauce. Let it set, give them a nice color. All right, so then we'll let them finish. I leave the door cracked over here a little bit to get rid of some of that smoke. Plus I want some of that humidity out. And that's it. So now we're gonna start prepping our chicken. So the chicken will be ready to go in once these come out. Now that the ribs are in the smoker, second thing we gotta do is we gotta break down the chicken. Rafa can show us how we do it. Say hello to the camera. This is Rafa. He is our prep ninja. He runs the kitchen.
Okay, the wild chicken, is the process is first time is to take the back out. Got it.
We use our shears to open them up, spatchcock them, we split them up, season them, and they go into the smoker.
For this one, we need a mustard, yellow mustard, little bit.
That's a very liberal amount of mustard. Rafa also does massages on the side, he does bar mitzvahs, weddings. So we always do the bottom side first, and then the vanity side that's up on top, so the rub is not disturbed.
Okay, the ready is for the smoker.
All right, our ribs are ready. They got a nice color. The sauce has set. Nice color, huh? Sure.
Perfect.
What Rafa's doing now is pulling out some sheets of foil for us to wrap the ribs. This is our house barbecue sauce. It's something that started in the backyard. It was kind of like a version of Sweet Baby Ray's that has evolved over time. You want to wrap it in so it's nice and tight in here. It won't leak, stays warm. We add a little sauce to it so there's moisture in the package. And we find that you know, people just love a messy rib. The one thing I can tell you about spare ribs though, when you cook them, when you eat them, a lot of places will say like, oh, fall off the bone ribs. The thing is that when they fall off the bone, they're a little overcooked. You want to get technical about it. It has to have just a perfect bite. They go into the holding cabinet and then get the chicken in. We could smoke these whole, we don't. This is quicker and also the smoke penetrates. If I would smoke it whole, it wouldn't be as smoky, it wouldn't get that flavor. And then we finish them on the grill, on the pickup, when there's an order. This is our brisket, prime brisket. You can't think about barbecue and not think about brisket. We're finding different uses for it because brisket definitely has become a loss leader. So everything that we trim off, we use for our burgers. We trim it so my flat area is not too thin, so it won't burn. So I have a good layer here, it's protected by fat. Growing up in a Jewish household, of course, we have a lot of brisket. There's always a holiday that calls for it, but that is prepared a different way. We braise it. So when the first time I had it in Texas, I thought these people were crazy. But you know, there's a certain kind of magic that happens in that smoker. This is a trimmed brisket. It's clean, it's got a good shape. All this trim here is gonna go for burgers. We'll break it down a little bit more before we do it so we can separate and control the fat ratio.
All right, so I'm gonna start to put the machine already for grind the meat. You know, this is for our burgers. It's all the brisket, 80% of meat and 20% of fat. It's really different at the other burgers. I really love it because the flavor is really different. First thing is because it's smoke, so it's so good. We're starting doing like a bowls, and then we have a little container to make up patties, like really circle. I love this thing. It's more easier to make up patties, you know? The sides are really consistent. That's the process. I make the patties and I give it to Rafa. He doing the rest and finish it.
We're about to start our cheese sauce for our mac and cheese. We've already incorporated our heavy cream, milk. Then we're gonna start making our roux that we're gonna incorporate it. This is just our traditional roux. Here we'll add the butter, start letting it melt. Mac and cheese is one of our best selling sides here at Slab. We're at the stage where we're gonna add our flour in. We'll let this cook down.
We could make mac and cheese once a week and make it in bulk and keep it in the walk-in, but A, our walk-in is very small, and B, we go through so much mac and cheese that we're constantly making it. So we'll start the day with a larger batch, but as the day goes by, we keep making more and more of it.
Getting ready to incorporate the cream into this roux, get it nice and thick.
And then of course we have this delicacy right here. Nothing says America like a mountain of Velveeta.
The roux and the cream have incorporated, it's thickened up. You can see the ripples in the cream. You can see from Joel's forearm, he has pretty good practice at it. It's a pretty buff forearm. Some of these sides kind of complement the meat with the acidity, so it kind of breaks the rich and bold flavors from the smoked meat. And then for service, we go ahead and put it into another pan and we'll add a cooked pasta that we cooked. So that way when the customer gets here, we make super fresh mac and cheese and it's not soggy pasta.
All right, so this is some R&D stuff that we're working on. This is a bone-in Australian wagyu steak. We're doing all this barbecue, all this Texas stuff during the day. We're thinking, you know, what can we do with the space at night? And that's when the idea of really maybe turning it into some kind of a steakhouse. I'm just gonna season it. It's so fatty, so if you rub it a little bit, the fat starts to melt. So I'll use that fat as my binder. Same rub as I would do for brisket. Take it cold so it will sit in the smoker longer versus if you're gonna grill it, often you would temper it and bring it to room temperature. I want it cold so it'll sit in the smoker for a longer time. All right, so I'm gonna put it in this colder side of the smoker. Smoke it until it's about 115, 118 degrees. Let it rest a little bit and then finish it on a grill. We're gonna make our pepper sauce for the steak. Steak au poivre with a pepper sauce is something that I always enjoy. I always like to order when I go to different restaurants. It's something that I enjoy. We have so many different ideas for different things that we want to do. Something different that will excite our usual guests, our neighbors, our friends, for them to come and have like a different experience. We're gonna use this charcoal, the Binge because it gets hotter and it holds heat for a longer time. If I would bring in charcoal or embers from the smoker, that falls apart and becomes dust very quick. This can stay hot and stay strong for 4 hours. All right, so here's our steak that we smoked. And now we will finish on the grill. Let it sit there for a minute. Flip it around a few times, bring it to 125. You can see it's very soft. All right, steak is almost done. Drop some fries. Take it out. Gonna cut into the steak. I'm excited. This is Marble Score 7 Australian Wagyu. I haven't cut a steak into a steak this nice in so long, and it looks like this one turned out pretty nice. Let's get some of this pepper sauce. So this dish over here is where we want to see our place move forward, playing with more fire, playing with more meat. I guess now all we got to do is try it out. Now that I've tried it, I'm gonna work probably with the seasoning of this to create its own unique rub that'll be specific for our steaks. And for anybody who likes this, to have a couple of friends come over and have this tray, I think they'll be very happy. Burgers are coming out. They're not fully cooked. We'll just finish them on the grill. We have a beautiful tray of burgers. When people come to Slab, I want them to walk away, of course, feeling content. Like Maya Angelou said, that what matters most is how you make people feel. You know, for that guest to be reminded of a certain trip, feel good, laugh, smile, just have an overall good experience. Really, in some cases, to leave here optimistic that, you know what, LA is becoming its own barbecue town. And we are here at Slab to just be part of that game, part of that sandbox. And it's an honor for us to do this with all of our friends and colleagues. We are here to have a good time.